नमस्कार, म अम्बिका हाङबाङ अंग्रेजी सिके रेडियो कार्यक्रममा यहाँहरूलाई स्वागत छ। चैत्र 11 गते त देश लकडाउनमा छ। लकडाउन बिस्तारै खुकुलो हुँदैछ। सायद विद्यालय नि खुल्ने दिन आउला अनि कक्षा कोठामै पढ्ने र पढाउने कार्यमा हाम्रो भेट पनि होला। आज पनि रेडियोको माध्यमबाट शिक्षा लिने उद्देश्यका साथ उपस्थित भइसकेका छौं, हैन? विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनी हो, अब रेडियो सेटको नजिक आउनुहोस् है। यो अंग्रेजी सिके रेडियो कार्यक्रम हरेक दिन यसै समयमा रेडियो ताप्लेजुङ 94 मेगाहर्ज र रेडियो आठराई 101.2 मेगाहर्जमा सुन्न सक्नुहुनेछ। साथै युट्युब च्यानल सब्स्क्राइब गरेर हेर्न वा सुन्न पनि सक्नुहुनेछ। नोटबुक, कलम, पाठ्यपुस्तक र रेकर्ड गर्न मिल्ने सामग्री तयारी अवस्थामा पक्कै राख्नुभएकै होला, होइन? यदि छैन भने तयार गर्दै गर्नुहोस् ल। आजको बसाइमा कक्षा 9 को अंग्रेजी विषयको युनिट 3 मा पढाइ हुने रिडिङ कम्प्रिहेन्सन्स अन्तर्गतको टेक्स्ट अन इन्टरभ्यू विथ डक्टर को बारेमा चर्चा गर्नेछौं। विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू हो, तयार हुनुहुन्छ हैन? आजको प्रस्तुतिका झलकहरू।
Have you heard about bird flu?
Disease of bird.
विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनी हो, ढिला नगरी आजको बसाइको ठान गरिहालौं। प्रस्तुति सहित आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ युवराज गौतम। ल त अब कक्षा कोठामै प्रवेश गरौं, हुन्छ हैन?
Hello my dear students, it's me Yuvraj Gautam. Today also I am present here to facilitate a lesson of the English book from grade 9. Today's topic is an interview with the doctor, which is from unit number 3. And in this unit, we will learn about a pandemic, avian influenza or bird flu. Similarly, practice word meaning, question answers, etc. सबै विद्यार्थीहरूलाई न्यानो स्वागत। म युवराज गौतम आज फेरि पनि अंग्रेजी विषयलाई सहजीकरण गर्नका लागि उपस्थित भएको छु। आज म कक्षा 9 को अंग्रेजी किताबको एक पाठलाई सहजीकरण गर्न तपाईहरु माझ आइसकेको छु। आजको पाठ एकाइ 3 बाट लिएको हो र यसमा हामी एक महामारी बर्ड फ्लू को विषयमा छलफल गर्दै यस पाठमा भएका अप्ठ्यारा शब्दका अर्थ, प्रश्न उत्तर आदिमा पनि अभ्यास गर्नेछौं। मलाई लाग्छ कि सबै जिज्ञासु र सिक्नको लागि तयारी अवस्थामा हुनुहुन्छ, हैन त?
हो सर, हामी तयारी अवस्थामा छौं।
Okay, then turn the page number 25. Now, look at your book. The lesson is based on an interview. The interview is between a reporter and Dr. Imran Ansari, a senior pediatrician and associate professor at Pathan Academy of Health Science, Pathan Hospital, Lalitpur. Here, he is a senior pediatrician. Pediatrician means children's specialist. That means Balrog Bisesagya. The interview is about the pandemic of avian influenza.
Excuse me, sir. What does avian influenza mean?
Oh, avian influenza? Have you heard about bird flu? के तिमीले बर्ड फ्लू को बारेमा सुनेकी छौ?
Yes, sir. The disease of bird.
Yes. Avian influenza means bird flu. We will know more about it from the interview. Now listen the interview very carefully and underline the difficult words from the text. Later, we will discuss on the difficult words. ल अब डाक्टरसँगको अन्तर्वार्ता ध्यान दिएर सुन र तिमी पनि किताब हेर है त। अनि आफूलाई अप्ठ्यारो लागेका शब्दहरूलाई चिन्ह लगाऊ। त्यसपछि हामी ती शब्दहरूमा छलफल गर्नेछौं। Are you ready for that?
Okay, sir, we are ready.
The interview is like this. First, the reporter asks, the term bird flu is heard quite frequently these days. Could you please tell us what exactly bird flu is, Doctor? Now, Dr. Imran replies or gives answer like this. He says, bird flu is the commonly used term for avian influenza, which is a viral infection transmitted from bird to bird. Particularly, a deadly strain of bird flu H5N1 continues to spread among poultry in different parts of Asia and Europe. Now, a reporter asks, what exactly is H5N1? Would you mind telling us how it affects humans? Now, Dr. Imran says, not at all. Technically, H5N1 is a highly pathogenic avian influenza HPAI virus. It is deadly to most birds as to humans and other mammals that catch the virus from birds. Although the virus is not easily transmitted in the same ways as most human flu bugs, H5N1 has killed nearly 60% of those infected since the first human case in the late 90s. It is seen transmitted among people like butchers and poultry farm workers who have had exceptionally close contact with the infected poultry. Besides, no effective medicine has so far been discovered. Now, a reporter asks, the spread of this flu seems to be so fast it is. Is it transferred by air? I wonder if you could tell us how it spreads so fast. Now, Dr. Imran says, yes, certainly. Actually, the flu virus is not transmitted through respiration. Most notably, the natural carriers of bird flu viruses are migratory waterfowls like the wild ducks. The infection can later spread from wild fowls to domestic ones. During 2011, the disease got widely spread in Asia. Nepal too could not remain away from its dark shadow, as its carriers are the birds that may fly hundreds of miles in a single day. Now, reporter asks, could you possibly tell us how humans get bird flu, Doctor? Now, Dr. Imran says, as I told you earlier, Humans catch the flu by close contact with birds or bird droppings. Some have been reported to have caught the virus from cleaning or plucking infected birds. Let me make it clear this way. Think a person with an open wound or cut on their hands handles the infected poultry. He or she can get infected by the virus that gets in their blood through the wound or cut. Others have been infected after swimming or bathing in contaminated water with the droppings of infected birds. People don't catch the virus from eating fully cooked chicken or eggs. So far, there hasn't been sustained type of human-to-human spread cases. Now, reporters ask, I see, would you possibly let us know the common symptoms of the flu in humans, doctor? Now, Dr. Imran is telling about the symptoms of bird flu like this. Good question. Since the commonly seen symptoms of the influenza are similar to those of seasonal influenza, people seem to be rather suspicious and worried. Fever, cough, sore throat, and muscles aches are the major symptoms, yet sometimes there could be diarrhea, eye infections, and even serious respiratory diseases. If these symptoms persist for longer than expected, people need to consult a doctor. Now, reporters ask, finally, I would appreciate it if you could tell us what precautions we should take against this fatal pandemic. Now, Dr. Imran says about the precaution measures. He says like this, sure, we should wash hands thoroughly and frequently for 15 to 20 seconds, preferably with soap and water. Contact with possibly infected poultry ought to be avoided. If exposed, appropriate personal protective equipment PPE like disposable gloves, protective clothing, shoes that can be disinfected, and safety goggles should strictly be used. And reporter says, thank you indeed, doctor, for your time. And Dr. Imran, thank you, Mr. Joshi. Likewise, the interview ends here. Now, listen the interview in summary. The common name is bird flu. It is caused by a virus, a highly pathogenic avian influenza virus. H5N1 is the strain of virus. This is transmitted especially from bird to bird. यो भाइरस विशेष गरेर चराहरूमा सर्ने भाइरस हो. But it can be transmitted to those people who have close contact with infected birds. तर यो पनि यो संक्रमित चराचुरुङ्गी को नजिक रहने मानिसहरूलाई पनि सर्न सक्छ. By bathing or swimming in the water contaminated with droppings. यदि प्रदूषित पानीमा नुहाइयो या पौडी खेलियो भने पनि सर्न सक्छ. Similarly, by eating not well cooked meat or egg, त्यसै गरी मासुजन्य या अण्डालाई राम्ररी नपकाइकन खाँदा पनि यो भाइरस तिनीहरूको माध्यमबाट सर्न सक्छ। Then what are the symptoms? Now listen. Fever, cough, sore throat and muscle aches are the major symptoms. बर्ड फ्लूका मुख्य लक्षणहरू ज्वरो आउनु, खोकी लाग्नु, घाँटी दुख्नु र त्यसै गरी मांसपेशी दुख्नु यसका मुख्य लक्षण हुन् भने sometimes there could be diarrhea, eye infections and even serious respiratory disease. तर कहिलेकाहीँ डायरिया हुने, झाडा पखाला लाग्ने, त्यसै गरेर आँखामा संक्रमण हुने र त्यस्तै गरेर श्वास प्रश्वास सम्बन्धी समस्याहरू पनि देखिन सक्छन्। Then what are the precaution measures? अब यसबाट जोगिने उपायहरू के होलान् त? Wash hands frequently with soap and water. Use PPE, personal protective equipment, if need to be exposed. Eat only fully cooked chickens and eggs. यसबाट जोगिने उपायहरू साबुन पानीले हात धुने, त्यसै गरेर चराचुरुङ्गी या पोल्ट्री फार्मतिर जाँदा PPE, पर्सनल प्रोटेक्टिभ इक्विपमेन्ट को प्रयोग गर्ने र त्यसै गरी मासु अण्डा खाँदा मजाले पकाएर मात्रै खाने। Now let's go to the difficult words. I think you have underlined all the words which are difficult for you. Could you please tell me those? Okay, let's discuss one by one.
Sure, sir.
Okay, now tell me the first word which you have underlined.
Avian influenza.
Now listen very carefully and you can write the meaning of this word. Avian influenza is a kind of influenza carried or transmitted by birds. And influenza is a disease of upper airways and lungs caused by virus. Now tell the next word.
Deadly.
Deadly means causing death. Next word.
Pathogenic.
Okay, pathogenic. Pathogenic is to be able to cause disease. Able to cause disease. Next word.
Butchers.
Butcher. Butcher is a person who prepares and sells meat. Okay, next word.
Exceptionally.
Exceptionally means to an unusual or uncommon. Next.
Migratory.
Migratory means migrating or moving. Next word.
Fowls.
Fowls mean birds. Next.
Dropping.
Droppings mean the solid waste of birds. Next word.
Contaminated.
Contaminated means infected or impure. Next word.
Suspicious.
Suspicious mean doubt. D-O-U-B-T or doubt.
Pandemic.
Pandemic is a disease that spreads over a wide area. Now next word.
Persist.
Persist mean remain. R-E-M-A-I-N, remain. Now next word.
Plucking.
Plucking, that means to remove feathers from birds. Now, let's move towards the exercise or activities given in this lesson. The first exercise is enrich your vocabulary on page number 28. Now, look at your book. What do these words used in the text mean? What do these words used in the text mean? Now, look at here. They are given some of the words. 6 words are given there. And now, you have to find out the meaning of these words which are used in the text. That means contextual meaning. यहाँ दिएका यी शब्दहरूको कुन अर्थमा यो लेसनमा प्रयोग भएको छ त्यो कुरा लेख्ने अब. Now, number A, frequently. Now, how is this used? That means, on what meaning is this word frequently used in this interview? Here are 3 options. First, often. Second, regularly. And third is occasionally. Now here, frequently is used as regularly. Regularly. Number B, look at here, deadly. We have already discussed the meaning of deadly. And here are given the 3 options. Related to the death. Related to the dead. Second, likely to cause death. Third, age of the dead ones. What could be the meaning of deadly used here? Can you guess?
Yes, sir. Number 2.
Yes, you are correct. The meaning of deadly here is likely to cause death in number 2. Similarly, in number C, there is migratory. Migratory, we have already studied the meaning of migratory. And the meaning here is, in number 1, having the habit of migration. Similarly, in number D, plucking, also we have discussed here, and the meaning is pulling the feathers off. Number E, droppings. Droppings is the solid waste matter of birds, which is given in number 2. And in the last word, pandemic, we have also discussed or studied the meaning of this word pandemic, and this is a disease that spreads over a whole area. Now, let's go on the next exercise. And the exercise is read and match. Now look at your book again and listen to me carefully. The expressions under column A with those under column B show that they match the ideas as expressed in the interview. Now here, you need to match the words with the idea. Like, look at a book. Number A, there is given H5N1. Now what is it? Now let's read the options given in the column B. Number 1, in number 1 there is one of the precautions against the influenza. Number 2, is available for the flu. Number 3, is one of the symptoms of bird flu. Number 4, is a strain. Strain means kind. is a kind or strain of the virus. And number 5 is the common name of avian influenza. Now, look at the words given in column A. Look at here. H5N1. Can you guess what is it? What is H5N1?
Is a strain of the virus.
Good. H5N1 is a kind of virus or a strain of the virus. Similarly, can you guess in number B, bird flu?
Is the common name of avian influenza.
Yes, bird flu is the common name of avian influenza. Similarly, number C, no effective medicine. What is it? What is the idea for this?
Is available for the flu.
Yes, there is no effective medicine available for the flu. Similarly, there is next number D. There is fever. And I think you know this. Fever, this is
one of the symptoms of.
Yes, this is one of the symptoms of bird flu. Similarly, in number E, avoiding contact with infected poultry. And in the column B, now only one remains, and that is one of the precautions against the influenza. Yes, now we have completed the matching of the words with the ideas related to the interview. Now, look at the next exercise, true false. Read the interview again and decide whether the following sentences are true or false. Now, look at here in number A. Bird flu is not as lethal. Lethal means deadly. Bird flu is not as lethal to humans as to the birds. That means here it is said that the bird flu is not deadly to humans as to the birds. Is it true or false?
False.
Yes, because it is dangerous to both humans also and birds also. It can cause death. So that it is false. Number A, that is false. Similarly, in number B, nearly 60% of the total deaths in the world have been caused by bird flu. So is it true? Yes, it is also false. Number C, during 2011, Nepal had only the shadow of infected flying birds.
False.
Yes, it is false because during 2011, bird flu was widely spread in Nepal also. Number D, consumption of well-cooked chickens does not transmit H5N1 virus to humans. Is it true or false?
True, sir.
Yes, it is true because the well-cooked meat and eggs do not transmit H5N1 virus. Similarly, in number E, all kinds of fever blended with sore throat are not the symptoms of bird flu. Is it true or false?
False, sir.
Yes, it is false. And remaining last one, PPE is mentioned in the interview should be used while consuming poultry. Is it true or false?
True, sir.
Yes, to be safe from H5N1 virus, we should use PPE while being in close contact with the poultry. Okay, today, this much only. Now is the time for your homework. अब पालो गृह कार्यको. Your homework is to do exercise number 4, question answers from your book. And more we will discuss in the next episode. We'll discuss about the question answers in the next episode. Okay, thank you dear students. Today, this much only. See you soon in the next program. Bye.
युवराज गौतम सरलाई धन्यवाद। कार्यक्रम कस्तो लाग्यो त? आजको बसाई सिकाइमूलक पनि होला। कार्यक्रम सुन्दै प्रश्न तथा जिज्ञासा टिप्पण गर्नुभएकै होला, होइन त? प्रश्न तथा जिज्ञासा अंग्रेजी सिकाइ रेडियो कार्यक्रमको फेसबुक पेज @RADIOEDUCATIONSPF को इनबक्समा र RADIOPROGRAMSPF@gmail.com मा पठाउन सक्नुहुनेछ। प्रश्न तथा जिज्ञासाको समाधान सहित थप सिकेको लागि भोलिको कार्यक्रममा पुनः भेट्नुहुनेछ। पठन पाठनको क्रममा कुनै जिज्ञासा भए निम्न ठेगानामा सम्पर्क गर्न सक्नुहुनेछ। ठेगाना र सम्पर्क टिप्न तयार हुनुहोस् है। ह्युमेन प्र्याक्टिस फाउन्डेसन फुङलिङ नगरपालिका 4 ताप्लेजुङ। फोन नम्बर 024 हवस् त, आगामी अङ्कमा पुनः भेट्नुहुनेछ। म अम्बिका हाङबाङ बिदा हुन्छु। नमस्ते। सामाजिक दूरी कायम गरौँ, साबुन पानीले मिच्ची मिच्ची हात धौँ, रेडियो सुनौ र पढौँ। धन्यवाद।